welcome back to the Carlisle Med Gym. Here we are at week 8 doing our core exercise series, and we've had to recover a little bit from our holiday hangover, so we took a week off. Hopefully you didn't miss it too bad last week, but we're back. We're going to do a few more core exercises for you in the coming weeks, but we're going to start again with another fairly basic core exercise progression today before we move into some more challenging progressions in the coming weeks. Today we're going to talk about a supine bridge, and many people think of a bridge more as a hip strengthening exercise, which it is, but we'll talk about the importance of creating and maintaining core stability as you go through this exercise. So again, some of the concepts we've been hitting on throughout this series is the importance of the spine health as you go through a core exercise. And the core's job really is to protect the spine first and foremost, and secondly to create stiffness and stability to transfer force from the ground up through the core to the arms and vice versa. And so as we do our core exercises, we want to think first and foremost about spine health, keeping the spine happy, as well as training the core for its real life functional job, which is to transfer force, not to create force with bending and twisting. So as we set up into a bridge, we're keeping those concepts in mind, and I'm going to set up on my back here. I'll demonstrate this exercise. So to set up for a supine bridge, we'll set up right on the back, feet about hip width. You want your knees in line with your feet and your hips. And from here you can just have arms down at your side. And first off, we're going to just find that position of your core. Again, that's neutral spine. So you're going to do a little bit of a kind of roll back and forth, find that middle position and just brace right there. So you want to lock that into place and hold that. So a lot of times the problem with a bridge is people either do it instinctively or they're told to roll off the ground. So it looks something like this, where they roll up off the floor and roll back down. And really what you're doing in that is not encouraging spine stability, but spine mobility, which is what we want to get away from. So when you do a bridge properly, you want to create this stiffness and stability around the core, and you want to use your hips to create the mobility and the power while you maintain stiffness through your spine. So this here is just like one block moving together while my hips do the motion. So we're getting a good training effect at the back of the legs, the glute muscles, the hamstrings, but we're also maintaining this as we go into moving the lower body. So some progressions you can make right off the bat on this to make it a little more challenge on the core is to come up into it and now create a rotary stability challenge by taking one leg out of the equation. So you can even just lift it a little bit off the ground and make sure there's no twisting at the core. So a little bit off the ground, no twisting, and back down. So now I'm creating this rotational force I have to stabilize against. Next challenge, you can come up, maintain your balance, extend one leg out without lifting the knee, just straightening it out. Back in and down. So up, extend straight out, come back down. So that gives you a couple ideas and a couple progressions on a bridge where we're teaching again this core stability and the ability to maintain that as now you start training strength and movement at the legs.